Thank you for joining us again at Peterson Auto, where we're currently going to be working on a vent window from the old body style Fords. There's the 80 to 96 F-150s and 80 to 97 F-250, 350 F Super Duty style trucks that these vent windows came in. There's two major differences. There's the early and the late. The only really thing you have to worry about is the shape of the glass down here. The later ones cut off right about here, and the seal came out into this area more. Long story short, the disassembly reassembly process is still pretty much the same. We're going to go through a little bit of that today. We're going to try to get this one taken apart. The seal right down in here is leaking a little bit, so versus go ahead and just put some goop on it, I'm going to go ahead and try to reseal it. If you look closely, you will see right here that it does have the Carlite logo. So this is Ford glass. This is original OE stuff. Always want to save that whenever you can. That being said, the first steps of our process here is going to be to get this nut off here, and then these two here, looks like little screws. Once you get those out, then we should be able to pull the paint assembly out. So we're going to flip it over for this one, because it'll be easier to pull out from the top. Let's go get a socket. There we go. So that looks like a 7/32 socket. It's going to break those loose and then take them out. There ain't much to it. Nice tiny little screws, you can see. Really small. Okay, so those two are out. We can release our back lever here, and there you go. So now you can see that is loose. Now we need to get this off. I'm not sure what size that is, so we're gonna have to figure that out quick. Looks like it's probably a 1/2 inch. And it's a little bit corroded. We're going to try 13 mil. There you go. So 13 mil is just a few thousandths bigger. In this case, it's enough to do what you need to do. So what's going on here is the spring is spinning with the nut, and that's why you're hearing the noise. These are usually pretty tough to get off, pretty stubborn and stuck on there over the years, but this one's coming and looks like it's going to be off here soon. There we go. Then you have the stud and the nut. Yeah. I will have to pull another one apart to see, because I have actually not done this before on this particular model. But you can see the stud is twisted there. I'm not sure if that's from over tightening it or if that's the way it's supposed to be, but we'll look into that. I got another door coming, which will have a spare stud and all that good stuff, so now after that, you gotta gently wiggle and pry to get above the weather strip and get that out. There we go. Take off the plastic bushing. Okay, now that is apart. There's a washer and a bushing in there. They go like that. The bushing goes on the bottom, washer goes on the top. Now if you're doing your vent window seals, these are pretty good actually. If I recall, they did seal up pretty well. Now would be the time to take them off, which we're going to still repaint these parts and make them look nice. So we're going to still get them off. There's a, I don't know if you can see that in there or not. There's a kind of like notch where the weather strip goes into, and you'll have to work the weather strip out of that notch. See if we can get you a little more detailed shot in a moment. There we go. Now you can see we have the two pieces of weather strip out of the, well, two ends of the weather strip out of the notch. It does look like it's glued in, but a little force should be able to pry it up some. And actually there's a little retainer strip too. Now you can see it's coming out. Now you can just finish pulling. Up at the top, you have two more of those little notches in here. Now you'll have to move the weather strip around it to get it out. Careful, it's kind of sharp actually. But this one's easier, it's just up and out. Now your weather strip's out, now you can start peeling again. And you'll peel down. There we go, now we have a frame. And a piece of weather strip. Like I said, this is still in good shape. We'll clean it up and probably put it back in. It's very flexible, very soft. I don't see any rips or tears in it. So, that being said, once that vent window frame's redone, rebuilding that should not be a problem. Okay, so now you have your fully stripped frame. You have a little chrome piece here. This is actually, if you look closely, wrapped around and bead on. I may try to get that off. I may just leave it on and tape it up. I think taping it up is going to be the better solution here. But this frame is going to get painted. As you can see, the exterior side is quite rough. And the interior side's not bad, but a fresh coat will always make it look a lot better. It needs a lot of cleaning up first. This part here looks to be probably some kind of galvanized, but the silver part, long story short, is held on with rivets. They are right there, and then there are rivets right there, along with little tiny spot welds in here. So it's rivets, spot welds, and rivet here. So if you do need to disassemble it that far, you can. I doubt you will. These are not available new to my knowledge, so you're looking at junkyard for it either way. So you might as well, you know, just pull the whole assembly, clean it up, and paint it like I am. We're going to set this aside. Okay, now you have your glass in your frame. If you look closely, you will see there is a roll pin that goes through here for the handle, and the rest of it is actually glued in. So that being said, we're going to try to get that glue to release and then get this whole assembly out. I'm not sure if it's going to happen or not. However, if we can get it to release and we can get it out, that'd be great. If we can't, I'm just going to put some more glue towards the bottom after cleaning it up, because it looks like there's only one little spot of concern. Or maybe just replace the whole assembly, because there is some rust on this and I don't like the looks of that. Whole truck's getting redone, might as well make these look pretty. So remember, I am getting another door. I'll probably replace this assembly, but the rest of that looks good. So we'll go ahead and we'll get the seals for what we need to get. You saw my rear window slider video. If you did, great. If you didn't, go ahead and watch it. I'm going to put that as a related video on this one, so that way you can find it pretty easy. But I also did a rear window slider for the same truck. Both the vent window and the rear window slider are going to cover the 90 to 97 roughly Ford pickup trucks the whole way through the gamut. Actually, F600, F700, F650, 750 equivalents are going to be very similar too. You can actually take the solid rear windows out of those and put a slider in if you really wanted to. So, you know, you can cover those in these videos too. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap this video up here. I'm going to go ahead and try to find some seals and some stuff to seal up these windows, make them back to new. Thank you for watching. Any questions, concerns, comments, you know, tell me I'm doing a good job. Put them in there and we'll get to the comments then. If you do have any comments that are related to a question, I'll be glad to answer them. Glad to, you know, field those for you. Other than that, just, you know, keep subscribing. Subscribe to the channel so you can keep updated with my videos then. And we'll be back with more. I'm sure there's going to be many, many more videos here. So we'll be back with a lot more for you. If there's anything you'd like to see, let me know. Subscribe so you keep updated and you keep in touch. Thank you for watching.